Inheritance means getting the making use of the parent properties and behaviors in the child class. The code reusability, public void, display. You have some behavior here. I'm creating a child class here which extends parent, extends parent, and he can have his own things. Now the child can access the parent ID, parent name, the display method. The child can access a parent ID, parent name, parent ID. So what does it mean? It is you started making use of the code reusability. You started inheriting the parents, started making use of the parents state and behavior. What does it mean? A child object is started acquiring all the properties and behavior of the a parent. Yes or no? Right? So what is the main purpose of this? The main purpose of this is the code reusability. You don't need to create the same code again. If you already the code is exist, some behaviors are exist, you can simply access them and you can go ahead and use in the child class until your parent is providing access. Your parent provide an access. So parent can restrict the parent he don't want to share something with the child, he can restrict by using a private. We will talk more about it later. Clear guys? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the name itself is saying here extending. What is extends? Extending means your parent class has some behaviors. You can extend those behavior in the child class. You can extend them in the child class. Let's assume that in the parent class I have something called display. Along with the display, you can have something called print. It means in the child class, you can access the print method as well as the display method. You're extending the behavior of the parent. That's why they call it the extends. That's why it is an extends. You are extending the behavior of your parent, so it is extending. Not only that, if you don't if you don't want to if you don't want to use the parent class behavior as it is, but the behavior name is same, but you want to have your own behavior that you can override here. That is called overriding. What is overriding? Overriding means you are taking a parent behavior name, taking the parent's behavior name. It's annotation, and nothing to do with annotation. So suppose let's say you have a display method in the parent class. If you are making use of the same public void display, if you started using here with your own code, this is called overriding. Overriding. Overriding is similar to overload, but overload will be within the class. Override is outside the class in the child class. Override concept comes into picture when you have a parent and a child relation. Overload concept comes when picture when you have within the single class. Here also the number of parameter has to be same. There the parent number of parameters has to be different, but here the number of arguments has to be same. The name should be same, the return type should be same, and the access modifier or access specifier can be extended in the sense like allowing an, let's say here I have a public, I cannot say protected here. I cannot say protected, or I cannot say default. I cannot because I cannot restrict the access. Because here it is a public access, I cannot restrict the access here. I can provide the more widen. Let's say here I have something called protected, I can give a public here. Let's say I have here default, I can give a public here. So we will talk about that anyway. So there is a separate session for it. We will talk about that later. But try to understand, the first thing you try to understand what is inheritance. Inheritance is nothing but making use of the properties and behavior of the parent in the child It's nothing but inheriting. Any doubts, guys? Any doubts about inheritance?
In the overriding method, it will also have the parent properties also, right?
Parent properties.
Display with,
Hmm.
so in the parent class it has some properties,
Hmm.
and child class has different properties.
Hmm.
It can also have access to the parent properties, right?
Yes, it can have
Within
the
the
parent.
display.
Yes,
Okay.
but which display method are you talking about? So whether you are overridden display method or you are talking about a parent display method. If you're writing overridden, you can access it, or if you don't want to, you cannot access. Either you want to access, you can access. If you don't want, you don't need to no need to access.
Oh, no, additional we can access, right? Plus
Yes.
additional.
Yes. So let's see a simple program. So that's why we can understand more in detail. Let me go ahead and create a new class with a package. Sorry guys, it's creating is new class. First go to package com.vira.inheritance. Here you can say inheritance demo. Inheritance demo. So you want the main method? Yes, I want the main method. You can take a main method. Look at guys here. The inheritance, as I said, as I already shown in the before, all classes you can have in the same file, or you can have a different file. So anyway, let me show you with the different files. We will talk about that. Let me show you with the different file. So anyway, we already, let's say, parent. So I don't want main method here. You can have a main method or you don't want. It's up to you. Okay, whether to keep it or not is up to you. Okay, so whether you can have a parent in that main method or not is up to you. Let me display here something id, take id, name. You can have a name here, or you can have a string, a set. You can have some asset value. Okay, so you can have public void display, where you'll just display parent id plus id, display parent name. You can also display parent asset value. You can say whatever it is, you can take. So I would like to hear from you. I mean, you guys also can start parallelly along with me. So I can have one display method which is displays the id, name and asset value, and also I can have one more method which will public, which is public double get asset, where you can get the asset of asset of okay, where you can get the asset of it. So this is the parent class. What my parent class I'm doing here, I'm trying to access in my child class. How will I access in the child class? Extends parent, extends parent class. So you nothing to do here, you don't do anything. So I'm just want to demonstrate here. I'm not going to do anything here. I'm going to create I'm going to create I'm going to create child object. Okay, inheritance demo. So inheritance demo is nothing but a child now. Here we need to understand is a child of parent class. We need to understand that. Okay, so I'm going to create a child object demo. Okay, so let me make it clear because we don't given any name here. Let me hard code for some time 101, and parent name is, you can give anything, you can say Java. Okay, I'd see my thought was different, but now also a very simple example, then we'll try to do it. So system.out.println, you can say first id dot display, it is available, you can display it. So id dot get asset. Okay, let me show system.out.println my parent asset is id dot get asset. id dot get asset. So I'm not doing anything in the child class, I'm just trying to access the parent one. We will see some another example later. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here, I have some try to understand guys. Here I have something called a parent class. The parent class, parent has a id and a name and a set. What type of these are? These are default type. If you didn't assign anything as a modifier, by default it will take as a default. If you modify anything as, if you say public public public, then they are public, and this is public, and this is also public. But I didn't override anything, I didn't write anything in my main method. I don't want to write. Okay, either you can write it or you don't want it, it's up to you. Okay, it's not mandatory. So in the child class, what I'm doing, I'm I'm not overriding anything, or I'm not creating my own fields. I'm just trying to access my parent to make sure that whether I can access or not, to show you whether you can access it or not. Let's look at guys. Let me execute this program. Right click, run as Java application, or control F11. So the first one is your parent ID came, your parent name came, your parent asset value came, and also you are able to access your parent asset. You also can access to parent asset. Clear guys about the inheritance? Let's try to let's try to let's try to improve this program. Now here, let's say your asset is there and you're taking something from your parent as well. So here double asset, this is your asset. Okay, your asset is, let's say, something you have earned, something you have did. Okay, this is your asset, and here your total asset, in this, in total, initially it is 0. Let's try to understand here. Total equal to asset. So you can say this dot asset. So when you say this dot asset, it's you are clearly specifying my current object asset. This dot asset plus, you can say your parent, right? You are getting your parent dot asset. Why it is not coming super dot asset? Okay, because it's a constant. Your static, right? Your main method is static, right? That's the reason. Static is a class wise, not the not the method object wise. Let's say public void total asset. Take one method, you can just return it. You can take a return value also double. You just say here return this dot asset plus super dot asset. So taking current asset plus your parent asset, current asset plus your parent asset. Okay, just go ahead and in this method you just print saying that total asset value plus id dot total asset, total asset. Now you just go ahead and run this program, control F11. It will print the parent id, parent name, your parent asset and your asset, including both 15. Okay, so it's a 15 lakhs. Yeah, 15 lakhs. Are you guys clear about the inheritance? Are you guys clear about the inheritance? Any doubt so far? Anish?
Veera,
Yep.
what was the error when you, you got when you use static, this inside the static main method?
Very good. So inside the static, let's say if I try to access the this, let's look at here. The same thing I'm trying to access. Total equal to this dot assets. Because this asset is a non-static variable. Yes or no? This is asset is what type? Non-static. Suppose can I access the non-static variable in the static method directly? Main method is a static. This is non-static. Can I access the non-static in the static? No. We cannot access the non-static variables in the static methods or static block. So if you want to access this, you can easily access it. You can say id dot asset. You can say id dot asset. Why it is giving error? Okay, here you have taken the int saying double. You can say double. That's a different. That's this type. You can say id dot asset. Id means object. Through object you're trying to get it. Right? You can
Okay,
say
thank you.
id dot. Let me do this. I think whether it's available or not. No, it's not available. It cannot do that. That's why it was giving an error. Try it, try to do an experiment. You can easily understand this. Okay, any other doubts? Kishore, Aparna, Sachin, Sai, Nikesh, Sunil, Vaishnavi, others?
No, we are fine.
Okay, so let's try to understand how many type of inheritances are there. Can anyone tell me how many type of inheritances are there? Can anyone tell me how many type of inheritances are there? We might have come across some inheritances in our previous languages.
Yeah, multiple inheritance and multi-level inheritance.
Multiple and multi-level. Okay. What is the first one?
Multiple inheritance.
Multiple. Multiple. Second is multi-level. Only these two?
Single hierarchical.
Can you repeat?
Single level and hierarchical.
Sorry.
A single level,
Single level.
hierarchical.
hierarchical, hierarchical. Okay, anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Sunil? Hierarchical. Anything else? Anything else, guys? Do you guys remember anything called hybrid? Is there anything called hybrid?
Yeah, yes, you're right, is there.
So in this, how many are supported by Java? All are supported by Java? Is all are supported by Java?
No, Vera.
So what are not supported by Java?
Multiple inheritance is not supported by Java.
Okay. So very first one when you said, I thought that one only. Okay. It is not supported and
I think hybrid also, yeah.
okay.
Remaining also.
Okay.
Remaining all will be supported.
Yeah. Try to understand one by one. So I'll take you from the in the sequence. The first one is single level. Single level is what we have done. Only one parent, one child. One parent and one child. Let's like take parent. Let's take child. The arrow should be towards your parent. The arrow should be towards your parent. Okay, because you are extending from your parent. That also this line should be thick line. Suppose when you are creating any class diagrams, please make sure that you are writing like this because it's required. Um, when you're writing a class diagrams and projects, it's required to be very specific. So which class is inheriting from where, which class inheriting from where, and whether it's what type of inheritance. There are different I mean it's extend or implements. So that's why the thick line should be there. Okay, this is only one parent, another one one child. So next one is multi-level. Multi-level. So very simple. You have a grandparent, multiple level, any number of levels, no problem at all. So here only one level. So you can have a grandparent here, and you can have a parent here, and you can have a child here. You can have a sub-child or super grandparent. It's possible. Okay, multiple levels they are. Child, sub-child. You can have any number of levels. I'm just taking here 3 levels. You can take any number of levels. You can have a parent here. Let's say this is parent, this is child, this is child, this is sub-child or super sub-child. You can have any number of levels, any number of levels. So you can write your own example for it. And the third one is hierarchical. Hierarchical. What is a hierarchical? You'll have a you'll inherit from the two different parents. You'll inherit from the two different parents. You'll inherit from the two different parents, like a mom side and dad side, like a mother side and from the father side. Okay, like this. These are the three different type of inheritance which are supported by Java using classes. Which are supported by Java using classes. This point is very much important. These are important. You can note here, these are the types of inheritance support by Java using classes. That's very much important. These are the type of inheritance supported by Java using classes. What does that mean? Only using classes. There are something else apart from this. We'll discuss them later. So can someone tell me why the multiple inheritance is not supported? So can someone tell me first of all what is a multiple inheritance? Sorry guys, I have given wrong diagram it seems. I have given wrong diagram. This is not, no, this is wrong. This is wrong. One parent, multiple child supposed to be there here. This is wrong. That's why when I say mom side and dad side, I got confused. No. One parent, two childs. Siblings. Supposed to be siblings, not the parents. Supposed to be siblings. The third one is hierarchical. Hierarchical. It is parent 1 and you have a child 1, you have child 2. Child 1 and child 2. Why the other inheritance are not supported in Java? Can someone tell me? Can someone tell me why multiple is not supported? Why hybrid is not supported? Why multiple is not supported?
Sir, in multiple, child will not be able to understand which one to take, which property to take.
Yeah. So correct. So I used to take an example to explain this. Let's say you have a parent 1, parent 1 who is in USA. You have a parent 2, let's say, who is in UK. Okay. He has opened a account. He has something called account. He has opened something called account. He has something called account behavior. Open account. He has one behavior called open account. He has given another parent 2 also is given one behavior open account. The child he's created an object, let's say C, C dot open account. When he calls C dot open account, from which account he has to open? Parent says that open account. Let me make it very much clear. And he's also say open account. Parent 1 and parent say, let's say mom and dad, or mom side or dad side, whatever you take. Okay. Now this guy says opening account in ICICI Bank. ICICI. ICICI. This guy says open account in HDFC. This guy says an account in HDFC. So your your parent one is telling that open account in ICICI, parent two is telling the open account in HDFC. So in the child, when he says C dot open account, which account he has to do? Which account he has to open? Both has the same behavior type. I mean same behavior, the same method name. And C dot open account, when he says whether he's talking about ICICI bank account opening or he's talking about HDFC bank account, right? So what will happen here is ambiguity. So that's why it's ambiguity. It's his confusion. So which one is has to execute? So no clue. If he has some clue, then I can understand. Okay, there is no clue here. So it's that's why it's ambiguity. That's why it's more complicated, and that's the reason your multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. Using classes. Sorry, using classes. It is not supported using classes in Java. It means it is supported using something else. Yes, it is supported. We will see that later. Do you guys understand what are the types of inheritance and why it is a multiple is not supported? The hybrid is a simple. A hybrid is a combination of your hierarchical and multiple. That's the reason. Anyway, your hierarchical is coming with one parent, two childs, and your multiple is coming with two parents, one child. Let me show you hierarchical hybrid as well. Hybrid is combination of let's say grandparent. The grandparent has two childs, and for these two childs has a, a common child. Common child means like he can be someone's child, but both are taking care of him. Okay, so child two and this both are started giving this child three. Okay, so it is anyway. It is not possible here. It's not possible here. It's not possible here. So that's the reason. That is the reason. Anyway, here it is. You see here, it is a multiple. It is multiple. Anyway, the multiple is not supported in Java. It is not supported in Java. So that's why hybrid also is not supported in Java using classes. I'm very specific. Using classes, it's not supported. And using interfaces, there is something called interfaces. Using that, it will support. We will see that in the coming classes. Any doubts about inheritance? Any doubts about inheritance? You can write any number of examples. You can take any type of examples. You can write it. So you can explore more on it. Any doubts, guys? Nikesh, Vaishnavi, oh, Vaishnavi left. Nikesh, Sunil, Sai, Sachin, Aparna, Anisha, Kishore.
No, fine.
Okay. Any doubts, guys? We will see. This is a different type of relation. We will see some more relations in Java later. Okay. Yeah. That's it, guys. Thanks for time. Have a great day and see you tomorrow. Yeah.